Well, we're gonna get bit now. We're right over some fish.
Calling your shot?
I'm calling it for one of us here. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, I'll call it. Boy, oh boy. This is so much fun, digging these pretty little smallmouth out of deep water.
Coming up. On today's show, Bob's breaking down 2 great late fall techniques for smallmouth bass that you're going to want to try. First, Bob's with Darren Jacko working a warm water discharge with crankbaits. Overlooked by many anglers, a warm water discharge can hold a number of species of fish late in the season. Then, Bob's lapping it up with Erick Hodgins as they try jigging spoons for some fat, deep water smallmouth as the sun goes down. Join us today for some fun fishing on Lake Erie.
Okay.
Nice fish.
Here comes. Whoa.
Oh, where are you?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta love it.
Where are you on?
All right. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, man. Way to size that one.
Oh, there you got it.
Yeah. There you go. All right. That is a monster.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Izumi.
Nice one. Whoa. Woo-wee. That was pretty cool. Good stuff. Look at this baby. Biggest pike ever. All right. There it is. Oh, yeah. Good one. Whoa. Here he comes. Yeah. Wow. Look at that. This is what open fishing is all about, right? 16 pounds. Look at there.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Chevrolet, Mercury, #1 on the water, and Tim Hortons.
Hey, folks, that's what I call real fishing. Okay, it's late November, and I got Darren Jacko with me. Darren, you and I have never shot a show all the years we've known each other, have we?
No. We've talked about it, but never did.
Well, this is a little honey hole that you showed me a number of years ago for this late fall fishing. It's a hydro discharge on the Great Lakes, smallmouth fishing. You've been in the farm business. Now you're in the fishing business, working for KTL on the road, selling. Life is good?
Life is good. Definitely good. Just busier than heck right now.
Well, good stuff. We're going to go out here, catch a few smallmouth cranking, and I'm glad you got your hair done for the show. That's nice.
There's one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. Hey, you got a cast behind the boat, huh? Oh, nice one. A little November cranking.
Gotta love it. Crank me out of the boat.
Here, I got a net here. I'll net them because. Yeah, let me net them for you.
All right.
There you go. Good stuff. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Go.
Come here, little guy.
Nice little chunk. Now, what were you doing there? Just steady retrieve?
A little steady retrieve and then stopping it, letting it look at it, and then throwing them back. Nice little guy for November, eh?
Yeah, a little chunky smallmouth.
There you go.
I know that, you're back on the road. You're in the fishing tackle business now. Life is good.
Absolutely. Between the KTL and the kids program and tournaments, and my wife's expecting our first child, so it's a busy schedule, I'll tell you that.
Tell me about that kids program. What's that all about?
My friend Steve Boris and I have started a kids program with regards to getting high school kids involved into fishing. We contact the school boards in different regions and to see if they're willing to do something, and then what we do is we have an event at hopefully a local area for each school board.
So what do you call this program?
We call it EduCast. And our motto is the future of our sport, which they are. The kids are great advocates of fishing and hunting and live release and everything else.
The fact is, we got to get more of the youth involved in fishing because there's so many things now like computers and malls and all kinds of things that are taking them out of the outdoors.
Absolutely.
Up next on Real Fishing.
Where's your wet ones?
I don't know, but I got some toilet paper in a Ziploc bag. Very handy. Not only for wiping your hands, but other stuff too.
Lovely.
Closed captioning is brought to you by FNCC and BoaterExam.com.
What have we got on here?
Let me get the net for you.
Come on, baby. Look at this. Now, you don't need a net. Check this out. This tells you the types of fish you'll get at these warm water discharges. A little bit of everything. And I have snagged a shad. I'm not sure what kind of shad that is. American or Canadian?
Probably Canadian, I would say. Swimming through, possible American traveler.
Yeah. A lot of these warm water discharges have so much bait in them. That's what draws the fish. I remember coming here back when the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters, they asked me for a picture of my son and I with a fish. They wanted a walleye. And we came here and they put us on the cover of that magazine. I'll never forget, you had Princess Di and Chuck on the cover with us. And my son Darren, who's 19 now, was really upset at me too.
Why's that?
Because when we were taking the photos, his foot stepped in the live well and he got a soaker, and it was cold that day. Oh, he was so mad at me. He just, it was a forced smile in that picture.
Come on, you guys. A little cooperation.
Well, Darren, we're not catching them today, and I know that from past experiences, you come in here when they're on, you can catch like 50 bass a day easy, right?
Oh, easily.
And cranking is probably, you know, in the U.S., I fish a lot of the U.S. tournaments. You go down the States, everybody's got tackle boxes full of crankbaits, and these are the Strike King Pro Model crankbaits. You got guys like Kevin Van Dam and George Cochran and a lot of big name pros that are with Strike King that use these in tournaments. And, you know, I think here in Canada, crankbaits are underutilized, don't you?
No question, no question. Some of the top pros are finally getting the grasp of using them for different scenarios. And
well, let's talk about different scenarios, you know. Okay, what about a big lip like this? This is Series 5, dive down, you know, 10, 12, 13 feet. Good for rocks.
Absolutely.
Good for tick and deep weeds.
Good for wood.
Yeah. Well, you know, with wood, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go to a square lip crankbait, and they have those in the Pro Model series too, where, you know, you wouldn't believe it, in some of these tournaments down south that I fish, down in Alabama and that, guys will fish what they call laydowns, wood.
Right.
They'll throw a square bill crankbait, like the Pro Model, right in the thickest wood and crank it, and that lip will roll over, and they'll work that wobbling bait through there and catch fish. Oh man! Especially where there's a lot of bait fish around, where they want to, you know, emulate bait fish. How about red hooks? What's your theory on those? I mean, that's a big hot deal now.
They are one of the #1 selling baits with regards to hooks and body baits. Guys will add them to baits that they don't have red hooks on.
Well, a little story I heard about red hooks a few years ago was that if you put a red hook on the tail end of a crankbait, you'll get most of your fish on it. If you put it on the belly, a standard hook on the tail, you get most of them on the belly. So it's amazing that it's like an attractor, you know, for those fish to hit. Now, when it comes to rod designs too, Shimano's got about 6 different crankbait rods. See how soft that is? And, you know, a lot of guys will say, oh, fiberglass, but I'd rather have a graphite cranking rod that's soft like this, because you still get the sensitivity, but you don't lose many fish.
Yeah.
You know? And I love fluorocarbon for cranking, and this is Vanish. It sinks. It's invisible, doesn't stretch. I mean, what more can you ask for working a, you know, floating diving bait?
Abrasion resistant as well.
Yeah, for sure. And this is the new Vanish Transition. Looks red on the spool. Underwater, it's invisible. But I think having the right tools is important. And that's why I've got a whole, when I go into tournaments, I'll have boxes of crankbaits that are going to get me different depths and also for different conditions. Like if I'm fishing weeds on a weed flat that's say 6 feet deep and the weeds come off 2 or 3 feet off the bottom, I'll go with a big fat bait with a shallow lip on it, something that'll get down to tick the top of the weeds and stop them, let them hang up in the weeds, rip,
Yeah.
Most of the fish hit as it was floating up, you know, but I guarantee you, any place I fish, major tournaments down south, everybody's got them, and I think you're going to see more guys using them up here, and I think it's time to head out and try something different, because today the fish just aren't in here. What do you think?
I'm really surprised and disappointed.
Yeah, you know what? Life goes on.
Absolutely.
This tip of the week is sponsored by Coleman.
Hey, there's hard baits and there's soft baits. Well, when it comes to hard baits, more specifically today I'm talking about crankbaits. You know, those baits that float at rest and dive down. Some suspend, some will float up to the surface. Basically, these lures are great fish catchers for covering water. Now, what I like about crankbaits is the fact that they come in so many different sizes. Here's two extremes right here. You've got a bitsy minnow from Strike King, and then a series 6 or 5 type bait that has a long bill on it. Caught some very good bass by using these deep runners. You know, I love fishing crankbaits. They're such an easy lure to use. Here's another subtlety on a couple of baits. These are series 1 baits. This is the XS. This one here has a very shallow lip on it. Both of them are the same body size, but this one here is 6 inches to 2 feet deep. This one's 2 to 4 feet deep. And when it comes to colors, you better have it covered. I like a lot of chartreuses, blues, silvers. You want some different colors to cover those different water conditions as well. Hey, give crankbaits a try. You'll be glad you did. They're easy to use.
Coming up next on Real Fishing.
Oh, there's a fish. Oh, whoops, I just hit the free full button.
Maybe you want to switch over to spinning rod.
Okay, here it is. I'm back with Erick Hodgins from down in Bell River, down near Windsor, Detroit. And Erick, this is round 2 of our jig fish. And last time we were jigging in the Detroit River for walleyes. Well, I don't want to admit it on national TV, but you did catch more fish than me.
Just 1 or 2.
Wow.
Actually, I think you caught 1.
Oh, he is so humble. I'm telling you, that's his middle name. So we're doing a little deep water fishing here for smallmouth bass. What do you got? You got one already?
I got a smallmouth bass.
All right. Here, you want us to go around this way? I can move over. All right. That didn't take long. See, you're making me keep my bait out of the water by doing that. There you go.
That's how I went up your couple last time, isn't it?
All right. That didn't take long. Oops. I just moved some.
Not a giant, but
Move some of this tackle. I brought about 150 pounds of lures with me today. Let's talk a little bit about this technique that we're doing. You need some pliers?
if you have some, that'd be great.
Got some right here.
Thank you, sir.
So you're letting it down. We're fishing in 40 plus feet of water, right? So you're letting that jigging spoon all the way down.
Right to the bottom. We're going to pick it up 2-3 feet, give it a snap, and follow it back down under tension, just like we were jigging walleye in the river. You don't want to let it haphazardly fall down to the bottom.
Oh, there's a fish. Oh, whoops, I just hit the freeze full button.
Maybe you want to switch over to spinning rod.
Unbelievable. Go figure. See, I'm telling you, I got to do something to give you an advantage. Oh, I just missed one.
Swing and a miss.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's just, you know, I've had a busy day today.
A little chilly out, still a little stiff yet.
Well, earlier today I was fishing with your buddy, Darren Jacko,
Oh, super.
crankbaiting. That didn't work out very good. We thought we'd get him at a warm water outflow, you know, one of the hydro plants, and we didn't catch him good. I lost one, he caught one.
The wind's picking up on us here.
That's a good thing. Not good if we got to run for it tonight. The sun's right on the horizon here. Come on, baby.
Let's take a look down under with this week's Fish Eye View, sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water. These days, most anglers practice catch and release. When fish are kept for the table, selective harvest is the name of the game. There's no question that females are the ones to let go, but it's often difficult to identify the sexes. Trout and char are probably the easiest to pin down. First off, males are more brilliantly colored than females. Rainbows, for example, have red stripes that nearly glow. Male browns can be as orange as a pumpkin, and brookies, they top the list when it comes to a fashion statement. Still, color can be a seasonal thing. Head shape is a more reliable indicator. Females have a smaller, more rounded shape. Mature males all brandish a hooked lower jaw or kite. On some, this is taken to the extreme, and those weapons even come with a holster. Everything fits neatly in place. In walleye, pike, and perch, males are unquestionably the smaller sex. Very few male walleye ever attain a weight of 5 pounds, for instance. As well, they're much more slender in overall shape. Even so, if you're keeping a few small ones, sooner or later you'll be harvesting immature females. It's unavoidable. With bass, separating the sexes can be a nightmare. It's a task best left to fisheries biologists. Better to take a few pumpkin seeds or bluegills instead. They're members of the same sunfish family and taste as good or better.
Fish on!
That one caught me off guard.
This one's got to make it into the boat to even the score today.
That one caught me. Oh, this is
nice
a
fish.
big fish.
Nice fish.
This is a big fish. I better just come across and come behind you here.
"43 feet. What do you say? You ready for jig fishing round 2?
Yeah, look at this. That one caught me off guard.
This one's got to make it into the boat to even the score today.
That one caught me. Oh, this is
nice
a
fish.
big fish.
Nice fish.
This is a big fish. I better just come across and come behind you here. You can run that electric. Oh, yeah. This is a big boy. It's amazing, you know, these things fight even in this cold water that's in the low 40s, isn't it?
Oh, they just get down and bulldog. Well, when you take a look at this fish and see how much weight it's got on it, you understand why it's pulling so hard, I think.
I think, like, this is a medium heavy crucial rod. I'm running Vanish fluorocarbon on here. Let's see. Yeah. Decent, fat.
Nice little chunk.
Yeah, it's a square one.
You'd take that in a tournament any day, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. All right. Just chuck me those pliers back here.
They all look like bricks out here.
Okay.
Nice fish.
Thanks for coming and playing.
So what do you say? You want to wrap her up now so we're even?
Yeah, you got one biting, don't you?
That's one thing about these things. You don't get any nibbles.
No, and you don't want to give them too much time to feel that metal. You want to set quick, do you?
Oh, the minute you feel any extra weight on it, you just hammer the hooks home.
What's that depth now? Oh yeah, we're marking fish right under the boat right now. A ton of them down there.
Ideally, you like to get over some deep structure and sit over top of the fish and pound away on them, but these fish seem to be scattered all across this area here. There's a lot of scattered chunk rock holding a lot of these fish. And
fish suspended right there about 2 feet off the bottom. So you're just using the wind and the waves and
cover some water and put your bait in front of as many fish as you can.
Well, we're going to get bit now. We're right over some fish.
Calling your shot?
I'm calling it for one of us here. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, I'll call it that. Boy, oh boy. This is so much fun jigging these big old smallmouth out of the deep water. It's just amazing. Well, it's too bad we're going to have to end this little segment. The sun's going down. At least you got time, though, to catch a couple more.
There we go. Double up.
You got one?
Now we'll see whose is bigger.
Hey, I got a walleye.
There you go.
That's even more of a bonus when you can get a walleye. We're just talking about walleye.
You can do that on the Detroit River. Next time, bring jigging spoons.
Because I'm bass fishing now.
Oh, I lost my fish for being a smart mouth.
Oh, you know what? This fish is going home.
There you go.
You know, I'm only thinking of you. I know you like to eat, Eric, and this, you can fit this in a hot dog bun. It'd be a perfect snack for you. Well, we were running out of time. You know, the sun was going down, and Eric and I were having a lot of fun, having a friendly competition. The fact is, the last time we got together on the Detroit River shooting a show, he kicked my butt. He caught a lot of walleye jigging, but I still say to this day, he was running the boat in the current, and I was in the back of the boat just fishing haphazardly, getting blown around. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. You can buy my 101 Real Fishing Excuse book. It'll be on the shelves soon. Just kidding. Anyway, the jigging spoon, what a way of catching fish. So what happened is, when I got back home that night, I thought, I've got some jigging spoons. I've got to look for them, because the one I was using actually was one of his. So what I did is I started looking, and I found a couple of these Lindy Little Joe Rattler spoon, and they've got a rattle, actually a brass rattle on the back of them. And what I decided to do, because Derek Strube and I were going to fish a tournament 2 days after we had that fun when Eric and I were out. So what I did is I took one of these Rattler spoon and I dressed it up. I put a chicken feather dressed treble hook on the tail end, and then I took a swivel and put a ball bearing swivel on the top of it. I'll tell you what, the jigging spoon that I rigged was phenomenal. I ended up catching about 30 in about 2 hours on this particular spoon here. It got pretty chewed up, and I'm definitely a jigging spoon fanatic now for cold water fishing, especially for those deep water smallmouth. Now let's get back to Eric and I and see who wins this friendly little competition.
There's one.
Oh, nice hook set. Just another jumbo smallmouth from deep water. Huh? There. Oh, I missed one.
See if we can't get this one into the boat this time.
All right.
Oh, not a bad fish. Oh, just barely hooked.
Uh-oh, lip hook.
What do you think?
Lip hooked. The sun is down officially, and I guess the score is 2 bass for Erick Hodgins, 1 bass for Mr. Azumi, but I got a walleye, and actually that counts as 2 bass. So I guess I won this tournament.
Look at that. Look how small the mouth is on that fish compared to how big its belly is.
Little footballs, huh?
Just gorging out here right now in the fall.
All right. Speaking of gorging out, the sun is down. We should go gorge out. What do you think?
Let's go eat that walleye.
Oh, wow. I'm full, mate. Coming good? I'm coming back. That is a fish of a lifetime. Whoa. Well, that is just amazing. Look at that thing. Oh, yeah. Wow. That was too cool.